What's up? This is Pinkacross. I'm a long-time Gen 8 OU ladder player where I've peaked #1 several times. I've also helped build for a lot of major tournaments, including World Cup. I'm going to show you today the list I go through whenever I'm building teams to make sure that I've got all the necessary components. So this is going to focus on Gen 8 OU, but these rules apply to a lot of other tiers and generations. Let's get right into it. Number 1. Ground immunity. Earthquake is a 100 base power, no contact move that's extremely powerful, and even the best of ground resists, being Buzzwole and Tangrowth, are vulnerable to Toxic and Future Sight. So you really need an immunity, otherwise you're going to be in trouble when you see any one of these extremely common Pokemon. Number 2. Electric immunity. Volt Switch is a 70 base power attack that is basically free if it's clicked and you don't have an electric immunity. Now, this is probably going to be a ground type, but it can also be a Lightning Rod or Volt Absorb Pokemon. If you don't have any switch in and nothing that's immune to Volt Switch, it becomes extremely easy to click, and there are a lot of Pokemon in OU that are hit super effectively by Volt Switch. So you really don't want to be in a position where your opponent has Volt Switch and you don't have an immunity. You're probably going to lose on Team Preview. Number 3, Ghost Resist. Due to the exclusion of Pursuit in Gen 8, Ghosts are extremely powerful, and Choice Specs is the most common item run on them. Normal types, being Diggersby and Blissey, are very rarely good on a team, so you'll probably want to run a Ghost Resist, meaning a Dark type. Weavile, Tyranitar, and Bisharp are the best Ghost Resists. Number 4. Immediate power. If you don't have immediate power, you're probably going to be very vulnerable to defensive setup Pokemon, things with Bulk Up or Calm Mind, notably Calm Mind Clefable or Calm Mind Tapu Fini. Immediate power usually comes in the form of a choiced Pokemon, Choice Specs, or Choice Band, although it can also be just a naturally strong Pokemon like Melmetal or Volcanion. Number 5. Stealth Rock and Removal. Stealth Rock is an extremely good move that racks up damage over the game, and if you're finding you're repeating cycles of switching against your opponent, you'll have the advantage if you have hazards up. For this same reason, it's very important to be able to remove it with moves like Defog and Rapid Spin, so your opponent can't have this advantage on you. Number 6. Speed Control. There are so many breakers and sweepers in the game, you will not be able to prep for them. You'll need to have something fast that can take them out before they can sweep your team. Some great examples are Scarf Pokemon and just naturally fast Pokemon like Weavile or Pokemon with priority. Number 7. Contact Punisher. This is one a lot of people miss. There are a lot of great contact moves in the tier. Some big examples being Knockoff, Triple Axle, Surging Strikes, Double Iron Bash, and the biggest of all, U-Turn. U-Turn is a fantastic option in singles, and if you're letting your opponent use that for free without any risk of contact damage or status, it turns an already really good move into an absolutely broken move. Abilities such as Rough Skin, Iron Barbs, Static, and Flame Body, some good examples of Pokemon that have that being shown here, are the best way to do this. Rocky Helmet can be used as well, but it can be knocked off, so it's best to not have Rocky Helmet as your only way of punishing contact moves. Number 8. Decent stats. Clefable and Volcanion are both good Pokemon, but you can see Clefable has a significantly lower space stat total. You need to have a decent amount of Pokemon in your team with good stats so you can be ready for unexpected and unfortunate events. For instance, if you face an odd breaker, say a Xurkitree, if you're using a Pokemon with solid good stats like Landorus, you'll be fine. However, if you have a team of already frail and odd Pokemon, you're probably going to be much more vulnerable, and nobody goes out of their way to prep for something like Xurkitree. Additionally, critical hits are extremely difficult for teams with poor base stat totals. A single critical hit can turn a Pokemon that walls something theoretically, say taking 40% from a hit, to being gone, just like that. If you have a team with a lot of good stats, something like Volcanion, you can probably weather some crits and some unfortunate circumstances because Pokemon with a lot of natural bulk and power will just make up for the errors that have occurred and still give you backup options, even if they weren't built in as such. Number 9, synergy. You can have everything on this list, but if your team members don't make sense together, you're going to have a poor team. Now here's an example. Pelipper and Heatran is a very bad idea. Pelipper sets Rain, which boosts water attacks, which Heatran is already weak to, and Rain weakens Heatran's fire-type moves. However, even cores that don't harm or help each other are still not enough. You need to have Pokemon that work well together. A great example is Rillaboom and Heatran. Rillaboom deals with water types for Heatran, and Heatran deals with flying types for Rillaboom. Furthermore, Heatran really appreciates grassy terrain recovery, making it a really good core. You'll want to have several interlocking good cores on a team to make it as good as possible. Here's the checklist to look over again. Thanks for watching. And please subscribe and leave a like, and let me know in the comments what other content you'd like to see. Have a great day.